corruption they all side for let man get irrational safe. Now work and the brother no one give account of what they do.
Not also it they be again. Not so like the way the government they hide for do anything. Now the people they want for know what they happen at the government and they eager for take part in national activity. The government of Salon forbid the people government and they're not for afraid for opening gates to the people. Thomas, you don't hear about OGP, open government partnership?
No, now OGI I don't hear about open government initiative.
Well, now OGI gets for implement OGP na Salon, but now the Salon government they bring OGP come na the country for can help them for govern better one and make sure say transparency, accountability, integrity, they all side per governance.
Who side the side cow na they eat grass.
Let's not talk there. It don't tell let the people they know how much the government they give for run the ministry, department and agency. People therefore know how the contractor then they manage the budget money where the government they give for benefits the people for maintain and report any kishi to police and anti-corruption.
So you want let me go ask me brigadier how much government they give for run 34 hospital?
We realize say open government partnership OGP the benefit to country must tell me.
Whose benefits?
1. Unity na strength. 63 and a better pass one. 63 country and 63 civil society worldwide don't come together under OGP.
Well, Famulem, one for welcome to the program. As usual, Fedration Link, the program of the Link sister station all about the country. And anytime we day, even if you day Tom Kolili, you go forget this program, you day Bo, you will get them Bonds Pujam, you will get them Makeni Moyamba, you will get them Kambia Kenema Kailam, you will get them Kwena Dugu, you will get them Isa Friton, you will get them and put Loco Kono, you will get this program because program the link all about the country. Well, with me at the studio, I get Hannah Jimmy, Anna Famularu.
Fambulen, good morning.
And I get, of course, Mr. Alpha Jallo.
Famulem, good morning.
Well, Famulem, Theophilus Benda, they out of town, but we'll try to see how we'll reach him. And Foleg will give in news brief. Well, Anna, I will begin with you.
Thank you very much, Dan. As we say, the OGP, the governance institution, we did for bridge the communication gap between the citizens and the people of this country. So we done the work over the past years, and quite recently we don't opt for being member of the global open government partnership. This na a group of countries them we committed to governance reforms. We say governance reforms, you talk about good governance, you talk about transparency, you talk about accountability, you talk about innovation, all the entire so geared towards ensuring that governments then committed for making the country better. And we also talk about citizens' participation, that we the people them for participate in the governance system. So for implements the open government partnership, you get a steering committee, and then they come together with series of sensitization, consultations, and after that they develop a national action plan. Well, Salon we don't do the first national action plan. We don't complete them. In as much as we not complete all the commitments, then another NAP one day. We can call a NAP, National Action Plan. We're not able to complete all the commitments in the NAP one. But quite recently, one of the good things the way we see happen, we see commitment 7 na the National Action Plan 1. We see His Excellency the President, he fully implements that's not the single treasury account. We na be commitments na the National Action Plan 1 where we be get, but will not be able for fully implement the commitments there. So we want for tell His Excellency the President thank you and congratulate him for putting into action National Action Commitment 7 at the National Action Plan 1. We get the NAP 2 where we they work on now, and the commitments them after a series of consultations and sensitization, the commitments them we able to get 10 commitments, and we in the implementation process right now. The first commitment they talk about gender sexual violence. This one of the milestones them or this commitment today about anybody where they commit sexual violence offense, get for ensure say them provide the services, especially for make sure say the one that were guilty of the offense incident, they bring them to book, then pay the price. The second commitment they talk about foreign aid transparency, that the money the way they can now with country from donor agencies them, then get for make them public and how then they spend their money there. So the third commitment they talk about waste management. This they improve quality of life to make sure say we do effective service delivery so that we get clean and healthier communities them. The fourth one they talk about fiscal transparency and open budgets. This now for make budget data and the Parliament Audit Committee reports and tax exemptions then public available. They make them available to the public, and also they increase citizens their participation at the budget process. The fifth one they talk about audit reports for implement procurement related recommendations from the Auditor General reports for 2014 and 2015. The sixth one they talk about climate change, so that we provide friendly data and information where regard climate change, so people can go know waiting they happen, how the climate change affects the country. The seventh one they talk about elections, where they promote transparency and accountability now the management of the elections process. The eighth one they talk about records management, where Parliament for passed a robust and proactive archives and records management bill where they support the implementation of the Right to Access Information Acts. So this now for all now for improve public transparency. The ninth one they talk about access to justice, where this they increase transparency how the justice system they manage the case the way they before them, and also for get structures that at the local level we go make sure say everybody get access to justice. And the 10th commitment they talk about open contracting. This they tell you say we get for improve on accountability in terms of procurement management now we country. That why now the 10 commitments the way we get now the second action plan, and we don't day in the process of implementing them. And 1 year after, because this action plan is there for a period of 2 years, from July 2016 to June 2018. So we did in the process of implementation, but as usual 1 year into implementation, last year August we submit midterm self-assessments, because after 1 year you get for look back, sit down and look back and see how far you don't go, government don't go in terms of implementing. We get the civil society partners, the way themselves they monitor the process, and outside they for make them push so that governments go meet same commitments there. So very soon we get for start the end of term self-assessment for see outside we don't reach as a country in terms of implementing their national then commitments and the National Action Plan 2, and we get for carry round again and start the process for develop the National Action Plan 3. So if I can stop here for now, Dan, now this will be on for the past months.
Okay, Anna, thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Jallo.
Yeah, thank you very much. This now just in tune with waiting Mrs. Jimmy say that the OGP na independent entity, and Sierra Leone don't be a member of the Open Government Partnership. One good thing is we serve as domestic reformers, meaning we get the media, we get the civil society, they're all they come plus we all sit down at one table and we discuss pertinent issues. Just like what Ms. Jimmy say, we get things the way they money we in our own country. I don't think that they will talk about. And we need to just do them in isolation. That is why the parties involved, the ministries, the departments and agencies, we can always call them on board so that at least we inform them what they're supposed to do. One amongst the things that we just don't call so, like the Freetown City Council. You know, them been get a milestone way instead been start like we rightly say from July 2016 to 2018. Way with the hope, say with the new councillors them, they're supposed to engage local communities them. They're supposed to engage the general public for determining the most effective way how waste then they collect waste. You see, they can do through community meetings them. They can involve the media. Then get an outreach programs them. Then they can involve civil society. You see, and then communities they then get a ward development committee. Then get tribal authorities them. Then get residents they would in Freetown and other responsible agencies them. We they call on all them people and they for hang head together for see how best in an effective and efficient way how we able can with a proactive, you know, method we go able make we become free from debt. You see, and the other thing again, milestone Denton and they will talk about from July 2016, we see the need for review the existing waste management contract. You see, because it come to a time where Masada they say now this Freetown City Council they talk say this. So in our own wisdom, we think say the best we would get for do is the need for review the existing management contract them and report on the effectiveness of the present waste management process. Na the Freetown City Council. In as much as would they do this, would they give agencies them who responsible during that time day na to the vice president office. And we know say with the new government, because one good thing about the OGP, despite the shifting of political tides, you understand, whosoever comes will join the queue and ensure compliance. Compliance is very, very important and is very, very integral. You see, we can put all them good plans in here, so, but believe me, if we lack compliance, people they not take the thing very serious. They will go back. And mark you, just after the June 2018, when this the National Action Plan 2 get for end, we get for give an end term report telling the status of Sierra Leone, how Sierra Leone don't day, whether indeed the commitments them we don't do as a country, the 10 commitments them, whether indeed we able get them all or no able get them all. That is the reason why the 10th commitment when at the open contracting will be get for hire the serve, you get for doing an exchange peer review, you know, through people and come up from Nigeria come in can teach we civil societies them how for the report, because until you get that requisite knowledge, until you get the requisite skills, you're not going to be able to report on open contracting. That is the reason then people and they been come for can do a peer and exchange peer reviews, you know, so that at least we journalists then go they up to the task. Whenever they say for report something, then go able to report them accordingly. Is it so all the now for waiting, now for the good of Maba Sierra Leone. And at the we refer to as reforms. We continue for the do the and we call on the respective agencies that we been done signed to rate. Say, despite the shifting of political ties, it is expected of them for do a full compliance to then commitments then they wouldn't don't serve. Because commitment will foresee them commitment then they translate into actions. Just like again, waiting to happen presently, anything the president don't talk now policy. We look at the manifestos of President BU. One key thing is he talk about the education, the free education. So we as the open government partnership will go look into all lengths and they will see the type of policies that what the Ministry of Education they do. We ensure say this one they don't be a commitment to government. Because as long as the president himself don't put them na in your manifesto, then automatically don't become a commitment. And all of us, we mean we all for participate, we all for cooperate in order for make we get the achieve what in the president don't talk. Because then thing they very, very important. And we go ensure see compliance. You know, we like what you can just do, we can just go, we can call some certain ministries, then we say, able audit report be non talk about A, X, Y, and Z. Why up to date una know? Why up to this time yes una know able comply? Yeah, of course. We know we get challenges them. We too, we are humans, we can understand. Also, you get some financial challenges them. You can put them why you know able to comply with X, Y, and Z is because of financial challenges. That is understandable. And also, when we get such a report, usually before ever we send such report to the the headquarters, we send it to the secretary to the president. We himself go look at it carefully and advise. Say, okay, yes, this one is correct, this one is correct, this one is correct. Before ever would they send that report today. You see, because Sierra Leone for now would be in a very good standing. You see, because just like with him is Jimmy don't talk, the first one we don't done the National Action Plan first one, you know, though it was not complete, you know, some certain half one them in there. But within President BU in 7 days into office, you know, he pronounced that, you know, one good thing is the single treasury account. And that was a major commitment. You see, so all of us, President don't talk this, who for ensure CS indeed it come to light. You see, civil society is your responsibility. The media is your responsibility. All of us must come. And we ensure CS indeed what you don't talk will translate into action. So then thing and day will they continue for the talk. And OGP would just say na a driver for the open for every sector. You see, now that's make would they allow civil society then for come in make sit down, criticize objectively. You know, and we do reforms. You see, because trust now something we very important. When you want to run an institution, you must get that trust. And open government over the years, now this would the type of say, you know what, institutions, then build on their institutions on some core values. Them values and they will not for allow them values and they for spoil, you know. So now that's make always when you see something they happen, you know, would they give signal so that appropriate authorities then go able take action. So far, the open government initiative, the open government partnership, where would they do with little bit and would they advise say June 2018. That's going to be the end of the National Action Plan, and institutions them we know able come up, we know able do more. Would they ask them for make them try for speed up, so that at least we will be able to achieve we commitment then we don't set for ourselves. Once more, I want to thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Jallo. Well, one for try for see if we will reach Theophilus for Nebugetam, or reach we correspondence them with the all about the country, because insensitive talk say na somehow, you know, difficult AID we perhaps it can difficult for get them. But as we try for reach them, for reach them, we will go straight away to Podloko, and I think so we don't get Theophilus. Good morning to you.
Oh yes, that's good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Oh fine, oh thank God.
So who's on a location?
Oh yes, well, just key one them. I'm sorry that I'm not in a studio today. I can't kono. I come attend the burial rites of 1 minute uncle. So I didn't book right now. But then there's just one or two things there I would just mention. The first one that the president, Brigadier Julius Madabiu, don't announce the first set of presidential appointees, will include a number of ministers then and a press secretary and people that always concerned over the message where this appointment make, because some say it look a little bit dominated by Mendes and people there from the southeast, and then all of there is concern about the fact that you get more men than women, and just about 2 women in the inside. So they say this is a bad sign already. Well, we wait and see because more appointments are going to be made in the coming days. So let we see how that will go. But then the key thing is that the appointment where the president don't make so far no will come into effect until Parliament approve them. So there is a push right now for the Parliament start for seats officially. And my understanding is that by next week, the MPs then go take the oath of office and then go start for do the things them officially. And one of the most important things where they will do now the approval of presidential appointments. And so and this parliament would expect now about 146 MPs. And like we done listed the last time, four political parties are going to be in that parliament. And we already go always say we wish them the very best because the past parliament not be do well in any way. But then inside the presidential appointment, one of the key ones then Charles Francis Magai, who happened to be the presidential candidate for the People's Movement for Democratic Change. And in fact, many people that I don't talk to, they refer to a appointment as the most fitted appointment so far. And many people they refer to him as a reward for a appreciative political career, and that even though God not seem for destined him for be president of the republic, because we all know for say in the 2007 general election he was the most fitted candidate, but unfortunately in particular not able to make him to the runoff. So it began for throwing weight behind the APC where make President then and if that be win the election. Then Manabio being set up a joint SPP and APC peace committee for go around the country, for go tell people them about the need for let them come together despite the results of the last general election will go into runoff, because we see a state of protestations or violent clashes across the country, especially in areas like Putloko, Bo, Kenema, and other areas in McKinney and even Kono, where see the displacement of a number of people then. But then we all of us say the APC presidential candidate Dr. Samuel Kamara, they don't always say go accept the result, or that they will even challenge the result. But we see some moves being made. One at the fact that a high-powered APC delegation they pay a visit to the president when retired Brigadier Julius Manabio, and that high-powered APC delegation will include Dr. Samuel Kamara, Alhaji Mikhailo Mansaye, Alhaji Usman Yansane, Honorable Amadou Chernaba, Madam Yvonne Akisoya, Lawyer Kabakroma, and a host of others. This will be a strategic visit where at the end of the day, the Secretary General of the APC, Ambassador Usman Yansane, be on behalf of the APC, congratulate Brigadier Julius Manabio on election as president of the country, and say the party go work with them. So, and another move where be happening at the fact say the two man them, Brigadier Julius Manabio and Dr. Samuel Kamara, they attend at the same parish, and so the church may make a move for see how best they can bring the camp together for say let bygones be bygones and let them move forward positively. So we hope for say at the end of the day, the court matter where Dr. Samuel Kamara be the 13 go hold. But then if you hold at all, then we will see what that will mean. Then for the one region of freedom, we see the new government they accuse EDSA of sabotage. They say because from where the new government come, the city don't experience massive blackouts, and some people they don't say this is not sabotage, and we don't even agree. Some government officials them say this is not sabotage, but we hope to say no to that, because according to EDSA, the machine, the suppliers, when one of the suppliers, when ADAX gets a fall down in the generation, and so they're not able to supply electricity, so that don't bring down the quantum of electricity where EDSA rely on for distribute. Then we see as part of the fulfillment of the campaign promises when for lock all loopholes, we see the government not take steps for introduce a single treasury account. Well, not that this government actually introduced them. This now law where the past government will be able to enforce. But the past government under the last parliament, they introduced the single treasury account, where for bring all government money them under one single account, so that they were able to track down expenditure, they were able to track down what's in the come in and what's in the go out. Because the past government, they get about 900 independent accountants when our government agencies, departments, and ministries. And so the central government will be able to track down how much really in our government money. So with the introduction of the single treasury account, it is only hope that issues relating to corruption, overspending will be tackled. Then one other thing where the government introduced now the suspension of duty waivers. Over the past years, the country began to lose huge amounts. Okay, one of the years then, in fact, the country lose about $224 million, when 7 times the education budget and 5 times the health budget. So fairness said the past government they entertains too much expenditure gaps to an extent that even for balance we budget not be easy because we rely on donor assistance. So this, according to economists, then a very good move in the right direction, but the way to see which will be the end point. Then solid trading has been reintroduced. We never say under the Ebola, the previous government they kind of banned solid trading, but now with the new government, they say they don't reintroduce them, but in a controlled way, from 12 midday to 5 p.m. So I think to say the one that will go out for do trading that day for take advantage of that. Then another thing where the government don't do now for ban all timber exporting or even cutting. We never say the previous government they give license to a number of people for do timber trading to China, and so not much was coming to the states. So because of that, the government we don't put a ban to that. We don't know how long that ban will take, but we can only hope that it will create the desired effect. Then the president, Richard Bill, make a first trip out of Salon. He go to Senegal on the invitation of the Senegalese president, and the Senegalese president began to send a presidential jet for come pick up the president and for come drop him again. We don't hope we shall go there that level there where we're not going to need a Senegalese president or any other president for send jet for come pick up your president, because that thing for put we in a funny position. Then we see the government also set up a committee to recover government vehicles, and according to the team where the government put in place, they said the past government they get about 4,000 running vehicles then, but that according to them, about 400 of their vehicles they don't smuggle them out of the country to either Guinea or Liberia. We cannot independently verify that. Now, just putting the current government, they say that about 400 vehicles have been smuggled out of the country. But then we see an illegal tax force. They go around to people in places. For example, they go to Hajakala, the NRA bus in place. They go take in vehicle. They even go to the OGI boss, Madam Khadija say your place. They take your official vehicle, and then Regina Finn, when a justice, if they drive home, this particular tax force acts them down in vehicle in a disgraceful manner. That's why the police they intervene. So I think to say transition is good, but it should be done in an orderly manner, so that people that were not supposed for be targeted unduly not go end up being embarrassed. Because like what have been told to Justice Regina Finn and be a very unfortunate situation. And according to Federal Yoki, the SFB government not get any tax force where they go around for go take vehicles them. And that the vehicles already be take, they do them in an organized way. And in fact, the ministers that will be the staff in the past government, the current government don't ask them say they will continue for work. Because if you go take somebody in vehicle, does that mean you don't sack them? For example, when they go take the NRA boss in vehicle, has she been sacked? When they go take Khadija in vehicle, has she been sacked? So I think to say, and the one that where they do that for be stopped. And they said that they go out with one with the car, will not even get the most of them. I think say the police are not for waste time for arrest that kind of people and they because they are acting in a very disorderly manner, and that is not the plan for handle things. And I think so I will stop here for now, Dan.
Thank you very much, Theo. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, okay. All right, okay. Well, that's na Theophilus Bender in news briefs. Well, we'll go.
It's unfortunate that Theo not in at the studio because I be one for take her up on one or two issues then where it talk about. One, the cabinet list. I think it's not about tribalism or regionalism. It's about who can deliver. And I think the president in his wisdom don't get a selected cabinet members. What we for look at now how much they can deliver to the people of Sierra Leone. It's not about tribalism or regionalism or then kind of thing. Let we try for look at who are able for do the work. Now that's we all want. And secondly, it talk about the vehicle of Madam Khadija Sise. I don't know if na the director of OGI. I think in one of the first people we it among the first set of people we hand over in vehicle and it currency they out of the country, so there is no way they can take in vehicle unlawfully. So in one of the first people it among the first sets of people we surrender in vehicle. So I be just want make them two clarifications then. Thank you, Dan.
All right, okay. I think to say that one day correct because one with the try for preach nationalism instead of regionalism or tribalism. So if the president not making appointment, I believe say not look on that tribal line. Look as to who the best fit for that position there. Make it good game. So, but I don't know, Mr. Jalo, you want to say something?
Like you rightly say, that's not the prerogative of His Excellency the President for appoint who they want for appoint. Now make you see and see it pleases the President, for appoint somebody. He says, so as far as we concerned, what would they preach is, would they preach for national cohesion, would they preach for unity, and will ensure says the people that we then give, then get the requisite skills, then get the requisite attitude, and then get the requisite values for perform their functions.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll go Bond and talk to Joseph Morrison as he is on standby right now for make it tell you exactly what's in the happen in Bond districts. This is Fedration Link. In case you want for big parts, well, good morning, Morrison.
Yeah. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Hannah. Good morning, Mr. Chalo, and everybody listening at Fedration Link this morning.
All right, what's happening at Bond?
Bond done presently a relatively quiet. Everybody they go about the normal business, especially life that return back to normal, and traders they trade peacefully. Distance colleges they run effectively. Examinations they go on about. Like the Free and Teachers College, we now the distance education within Namatu campus. Then they on an examination, and the work exams also they go on peacefully just after the runoff and the presidential official results will be announced. Small alala been there, but presently life will return back to normal. But when the announcement of the ministerial appointment by His Excellency President retired Brigadier Julius Mada Bio being due approved by Parliament, people have been working some attire base, go na start in prison and meet people, talk with women, youths. People appreciate and so much in a Bond district because one of the key things make where they appreciate and the way how it don't form in cabinet presently we don't start for foreman. But areas and the way like the women that they get for race concern when I talk with one women's group. We then talk saying only 2 women for now within the way as ministers where the president will appoint Madam Bedu Dasama, we the Minister of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, and Madam Emma Kua, we the Minister of Marine Resources. And then they plead also to the president and the entire ministers for made them really think of more women in cabinets where they were able for move the country ahead. Because they say woman can do more, even though you do more than men, but they say woman can do more. So they appeal to the president. And Awaka also meets some youth in the youth group where they also talk say they appeal to the president for making member youth then where they also for represent now parliament, because our youth they almost take about 60% of the population within the country. So if that be the case, if really development want for making move inside the entire country, then youth therefore be considered more in a parliament. For the Minister of Agriculture, because Bond district now an agricultural area where Toma Boom be done lack for so many years, and Toma Boom, according to people, then if they don't produce for this country and out of the country where they supply other countries. So they look at and say, Bond districts definitely, even though if the president want to think of minister way for bring Minister of Agriculture, if for really be a priority way if for then at the districts. And then somebody even get for even suggest when I talk with them, a renowned farmer where talk say Toma Boom na the farming actually for take an effect, So therefore, in the plead that the Minister of Agriculture office, where they for move them for going at Toma Boom, if really government want for succeed, and the Minister of Agriculture want for succeed for produce more food, therefore try for look at then kids in there way really they don't bring her out. That the Minister of Agriculture for come up from Bonds and the office for base inside Toma Boom, where they for really take an effective agricultural activity, where for able for take care of food security in the country. So on a whole, Dan, as I talk to you presently, everything, as I say, it don't go back to normal, and people they live happily, and people are really happy for the kind government and the kind way how government will begin to put structures in place. And one of the things where I move also ahead, where somebody began for tell me the Fedration Link, somebody began for appreciate Fedration Link much when I talk to Mohamed Kamara. Mohamed Kamara began for talk say in one person where they listen Fedration Link so well. Yesterday I did talk with them, and he tell me say Fedration Link, and they recommend that my Fedration Link remain when a OGI OGP so that then go be able for bring out issues then where they affect them, especially for promote good governance in the country. So far so good as for now. This na Fedration Link will come up from Joseph Morrison Amara, Bond District, Voice of Women Radio.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Joseph, we talk from Bont, one for tell and thank you. Quickly, we go put local and make we hear from Abubakar Kanu as he on standby for giving an update as to what in the put local district. Abubakar, of course, we all know, we on Stinger for OGI OGP, and apart from that, we now coordinate for we in terms of reporting na put local district. So we try for reach Abubakar Kano. We don't get time. Good morning, Abubakar.
Good morning, Daniel Motley. Good morning, Anna Jimmy and Mr. Jalo Corona get me live from Port Local City of West Region.
I hope so you go make this report brief.
Yes.
Thank you.
We, the President, retired Brigadier Jules Madabio, if you don't put a communique on the timeliness for offices, the Sunday and the National Cleaning Day, the people in our Port Local district don't sit down critically, and some don't critique on the issue of the 12 to 5 o'clock business activities then. We 8A Brigadier Julius Madabio, we belong to Nado. But some people then say, some people now don't begin for relax and see that Sunday now a very useful day. We plenty people then they prepare themselves for Monday. And some people then say Sunday also very keen as alone they regard we not get better economic activity. You say as a result of bringing back Sunday business activities, you see, it's very laudable. But some people and they say now the day that when they prepare them picking, And some even self then prepare the lesson notes and other activities for meet-up Sunday and Monday, as a day for official business activities. That clearly also say the senior district officer for Port Loko district, Mr. David Conte, we don't call all the workmen them, and the chief administrator for Port Loko district council and the key ministerial offices them inside Port Loko district don't give orientation to all the staff state from 8:30 to 4:45. Now the official time then they wait plenty people then for go now the offices. He say as this time he say these two governments don't put this now go for so say then committed and same also say they want bring to waiting it takes for official duty from 8:30 to 4:45. Well, for second the national cleaning day, the DMO for Port Loko district, Mr. Tom Sise, we don't pull a communique for Sosi, then said and Glady and saying we see the join hand with the government for Sise, the any cleaning day we get for take place inside Port Loko district, then go for pull the Oja together with other key stakeholders inside Port Loko district for make sure see the newly created city for actually demonstrate the willingness and say also how themselves will replicate and complement the efforts of government in terms of the National Cleaning Day. As Dr. Tom Sise emphasized yesterday, when I Saturday self, plenty of the picking them will apply for B non-system don't sit to the entire exam. And now 122 candidates them sit to that particular exams. According to the coordinator, when Madam Sister Joseph, we now the coordinator for Port Loko district, emphasize the entrance now just like a stepping stone for actually actualize and see that the one them we actually apply for this nursing exercise or go through this procedure. As the senior district officer, same also emphasize say these exams is therefore mainstream and see that make them able to bring more health practitioners them inside Port Loko district. As all the one missionary we now Raboni International we tap inside Lungi don't award plenty people them we actually see the step don't know one for see the outcomes of the elections, the eradication of Ebola and other community activities them inside Kafubulom Chiefdom, all inside Port Loko district. We they talk Reverend Gregory Bongura, we na the director for Rabodi International, talk say the award of certificate to the 12 people we cut across from the paramount chief of Kafubulom Chiefdom, the local unit commander for Port Loko Police Division, the manager for Radio Galaxy inside Lungi, the newly elected member of parliament for constituency 077, when Honorable Abdul Kabo, he said they awarded them certificate and medal, also say then so much committed during the course of the eradication of Ebola, and same also some of the commitments we them put together for improved Kafubudom Childom inside Lungi, for see that development to carry on as them as a mission. They look at people and they are key stakeholders with the complement the effort of government for push development go before. As Radio Bankasoka, same way Sudan lost one of the producer and presenter of one chimney program, na Radio Bankasoka, where they call Ambila Bankasoka, where na Amadou Bunduka, where people they crowd and same way they cry on behalf of the radio station, where these journalists, when Amadou Bunduka is almost keen for the popular program when Ambila Bakasuka with then the talker and Timmy and some of the programs even with SLBC Fedration Link the air. You see, this is so meaningful for educate the people and Pantemne language as this is the only person we actually produce and present this program where they talk on behalf of the radio, the acting station manager Abu Arazak Sisi emphasize the fact that now two journalists now who then died at Radio Bankasoka, but he recall on the stakeholders that inside Port Loko district and same also the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists for joining them among the three journalists them we don't die. He say themselves don't contribute immensely for the past elections in Simis with CC, yes, development could carry on inside Port Local district. Reporting for OJA and OGP Fedration Link in Abakakani, the report from Port Local, Northwest Region.
Thank you very much, Abubakar. We'll go Moyamba and talk to Alpha Laluba. Instead of the on standby for tell me exactly within the Moyamba. But in case if you self want for joining the program, make sure say you send your text message to 076470400 so that you will be part of the program and yourself go add your voice and we go read at the program. We'll try for reach Alpha Laluba quickly and then from there we will move to Kono and then perhaps we'll go McKinney and talk to other people. But then they'll talk to Alpha Laluba quickly, Namwamba district, make it tell me exactly what's in the happen na Mwamba. And this is Fedration Link with me. Get good morning, Alpha.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Federation Link. Good morning, Sierra.
Alright, what's in the happen na Mwamba?
Well, my time going on. I mean, as I said, the district headquarters town. But then with the say, guess I have a report around. After yesterday, I gave for Kone Alpha Y number 91. It tell me say tomorrow will be number 91. Irrespective of APC, SLPP, and they get to do it. The man who will be run for that parliamentary seat. And then it began to do everything with reprisal. And then later on, I began to host the official spokesperson for the judiciary, Moses Kamara. And when I hosted, it confirmed to me that indeed a delay for every reach in Motka was due to the crisis in, the voting in meeting number 91, said they're very serious. So we decided say they get for burn houses and get for educators say anybody who burn house unlawfully, the punishment and life imprisonment. Some begin to know the effects of the case they undertake. But then, and Mr. Trouble Khan and my 91, my Junction, I see few of the SLPP people then who they claim say they run from 91 for their life and they can my Junction for seek refuge. And as they say, actually what it happened, it not be too different from what we answer when they explain again. But this morning, we get a correspondent able to tell me say, after I left yesterday, huge number of the youth and some other people that also come from the converse from my 91 president today, Namaba Junction. With the same explanation, it make a talk to few of them. But this now, few people that be there around say this now a bar beginning and maybe bar ending, and they say they don't go to say for come on the two parties for make sure say they quickly try to resolve the differences which people then don't investigate it and get to do it before during election and maybe the post election now therefore be a very bad precedent. Now this country if people they know it's not very strong. And last week the Mwamba District Council they called on all the sectorial heads then, which is called sectorial meeting. In that meeting they see Alaji Bagua, therefore it's made them say, well, this is not a new law. Say, but the president in new law is that everybody for the offices at most 8:30. And I want to say this time they get for take what is called inventory of assets. You see, for the purpose of accountability and for all the purposes. In the past, according to him, people they know they even go work on time. They don't care. You go to offices, you don't meet nobody, and they say this is not a new change. And I see, according to him, you get to go around and make sure that people that abide by this new policy. Of course, Moyamba does suffer from a lot of other things, including the bomb picking them, they old before their age. And according to experts, it's a result of balanced diet. So Moyamba 2014, 2015, in this country in terms of picking who they lack that basic nutritional food. So this year again, what we should do another research and the fellow say picking they grow Namwamba with similar deficiency. So what we should decide, they don't decide for target picking them for 6 months to 2 years, and they don't decide for give them the basic food they need. And they not only target the picking, they target the woman there, they target the converter and the picking itself. According to them, I say it is good to every target the woman there when the picking in the mind let it begin get the necessary nutritional food they forget. And so far, that's for Mayamba. We put it for ODI, Nina Alpha Laluba.
Thank you very much, Alpha, for that body. Well, with time, I think so. If we get few text, Anna or Aminata, we'll get some few text message. We try to see how we go round up, Aminata.
Okay. The text messages are so much that we're not going to read all, but I will read few. Now this one say an heavy fight is currently on the green queue for the various positions. Please, Mr. President, ministers, all government workers to avoid austerity measures in future, and also you should be aware of this, that you selected in your cabinet, don't take anyone for granted. Sorry, how do I text the message? Don't take anyone for granted, trust me. Others have selfish determination to betray your ideology, Mr. President, with their sacrifice speech to have more confidence on them. Be smart. The people of this country are currently rely on you for the period of 5 years. This one they come up from Surikabo, the mile 38. This other one say tough. This is from Kalusha Bola. He said, Dan, Anna, and Jalo, the update of the Federation Link are vital, but my concern is the government vehicle must be retrieved by the former cabinet ministers and head of agencies in a decent manner, as Mama Salon belongs to all of us, and there is a proverb that says, what goes around must come around, a food for thought to the new direction regime. This one are from Kalusha Bola. Kalusha Bola again say the appointment of cabinet by a new direction-led government is good, but I hope the newly appointed ministers will deliver the good to the people of Mama Salon, as they are not ministers for SLPP but ministers for Mama Salon. May the soul of the journalist of Radio Bankaso rest in peace. We are looking forward for the new regime change. This again are from Kalusha Bola.
Just one more.
Okay. This other text say, good morning. The lifting of ban of the Sunday trading is compulsory. These traders who will want to sell on Sunday can do so from Alfred in Bo.
It's okay. I think say because of time with you, Anna. Yes, Anna, let's start with you.
Yeah, Dan, thank you very much. I think my closing statement could be that on behalf of the OGP Secretariat and the entire Federation membership, one with very good partner, Mrs. Hawatoka, lost her husband this week. So on behalf of the whole team, we want to extend sympathy to them. And we pray say it will take courage. And also I want for make people know say we still continue with the OGP process in terms of very soon we will start monitoring session for see how far the MDs they don't go for implement the commitments and the National Action Plan 2 as we the fast approach the dates for ENDAM as per the OGP criteria, and also for begin the process for develop the National Action Plan 3. Thank you very much, Dan.
All right, thank you very much, Anna. Yes, Mr. Jallo.
Yeah, thank you very much. We still they appeal to ministries, departments, and agencies and say the National Action Plan, the milestones them, who all been now agreed on the commitments them, make them adhere to them and ensure full compliance. This just in line with the Public Financial Management Act of 2016, we talks publish all tax exemptions on a half-yearly basis, starting from 2016 in government website. We hope, the Revenue and Tax Policy Department go heed to that, and also again for make them publish timely manner the budget report, each budget year, the budget bureau. All the years will gear towards do transparency and accountability, and the OGP they continue for do the monitoring and ensure compliance. So therefore, we ask all ministries, departments, and agencies make them do what they're supposed to do. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jallo, and well, family on Fedration Link, one for Theo, of course, without of country, Anna, Jimmy, and Alpha Jallo, and Aminata, for at least be able to bring information Cantona. Well, we'll continue the program next Sunday again. So till we meet, one for Teona, thank you for wanna listen. Me technical man Suri Ibrahim Cha, and of course the announcer Dizina Kwame Yang Singh. So till we meet back next week, for wish all the listeners a pleasant Sunday, and of course always good morning to my mom, Aja Amatukake. Good morning, bye bye.
Radio and all waiting at the list.